Right. Welcome back. It's Cash here again from Cloud Soldier. We are going through our AZ-104 exam and we are working on our networking topics and we are continuing with our NSG rules. In today's topic, we are discussing NSG outbound rules. In previous videos, we have discussed inbound rules and today we'll discuss about an outbound rule. So if I explain to you in such a way, so if you see here at the bottom outbound rules, you basically creating this rule, any port protocol, and the destination is, sorry, the source is your web VM machine. So the traffic initiating here going out to where? On internet, and the rule is deny, so it cannot access that, right? So this is what we're going to create. So let's create. Right, so if we go to our virtual machines, so if we go to virtual machines, and we can see that our two machines are running web VM. So if you go to web VM, either you can go to NSG rule directly from here, sorry, from networking settings. And you can create an outbound rule from here, such as this outbound rule here, or you can go to all resources and search for NSG security groups, and you can see this is for our first machine and this is for our machine. So we go over here and you can see we got NSG rules here. So we need to create a outbound rule for our WebVM machine. Right, so there are two ways. Either you can go into virtual machines or you can directly go to security groups. So this is where you can see sometime we don't find any button here where to create. So we go back over here, outbound security rules. As you can see here, these are default ones. Allow VNet outbound, anything go outside, allowed internet outbound, anything out from to the internet, and by default everything all right. So let's create a rule, say source any, source port range any, destination is our this machine. So from this machine, this is a destination and it should not be allowed to go to internet. Yeah, and
Isn't it the source IP address?
source IP, that's where it is.
No, the source.
Yes, you're right. So the source destination should be your IP address. Actually, we put here IP address and 10.0.0.4 and oops, dot 4 source port in any and destination service tag.
Service tag, yes.
Service tag, so that means internet, and you can leave like this. Any port we don't want, and
Star instead?
asterisk any port, yeah, asterisk, and we say deny. Yep, 320. We call it this room and add. Right, so source this machine, destination internet, deny rule, yeah. So if we go back to refresh this so we can still see that we can. Okay, let's try again. So if you go back to our machine again and go to overview, copy that. So if you go to machines and copy, go to IP address, copy. Yep, so you can see that it is still allowed. It's because we have allowed inbound traffic coming to this machine, so it will work. But the rule we created is anything going outside from this machine to internet. You understand?
Yes.
So the rule we created is anything going. Where is the rule? Refresh. So after refreshing, we can see our outbound rule here. Now let's test that, yeah? So how do we test it? So if we go to our terminal and where we are, so this is our web VM machine, yeah, clear. And say for example, remember we tried to install Nginx. We used to do sudo install Nginx. So basically we have to go outside, outbound to internet and download that, yeah. So similarly, what we'll do, we just go and update our libraries, app update, yeah,
Yes.
and see stuck. So it's not reaching there. So the traffic going from this machine to internet is denied. So our rule is working now. Yep. So we proved our point that any traffic going from this machine, which is 10.0.0.4, if you can see the IP address of this machine, which is 10.0.0.4, cannot go outside the internet. But people can come inside from internet to this machine, access web server. But machine cannot go outside. Do you understand? Hello?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. And so we have proved that we can do that. So this topic, so see, it's failed. It cannot summon this file failed and download. Yeah, it's all failed. We keep getting error. Okay, so let's move to next topic. The next topic is, what is it?
Allow ICMP.
Allow ICMP. Okay, see the other topic now. So we discussed before outbound rules. So in now we'll discuss allow ICMP rule. So if I go to my our app VM, and if we clear this and try to ping our web VM, which is 10.0.0.4, see it by default it is not allowing us. Another question, let's try from our web VM and try to ping. What? Help me, please. Rabia?
10 dot,
Now, what we're doing here?
we are going to ping our first machine, web VM,
No, we are pinging from our first machine to app VM.
app
So
VM,
10.0.1.4.
10.4.
Okay, so it is pinging. Why is it pinging? Even we do not have any ICMP rule here. Please explain to me.
Because of the rule, priority number 65 1000. Allow
Yes,
VNet inbound.
because it is a part of our virtual network, this both machines, and by default, 65,000 ports are allowed. That means you can ping it. But in outbound rules, sorry, in our app VM, so if you go to right, so if we go back to our terminal, as you can see, from because as I explained, the rule we have already by default allow VNet traffic. So it's by default is allowing ICMP. But for our app VM, the rule is not defined. So we need to explicitly define this rule and we check that it's not pinging on web machine. So what do we do now? Just cancel it. And if we go to our
WebVM.
web VM, yeah, thank you. All right, and if we create what rule? Hello,
Yes.
which rule are you creating here?
Oh, WebVM to
No, which rule?
RVM to
Inbound or
WebVM.
outbound rule?
Outbound.
So basically, we're allowing to,
Sorry, it is inbound rule.
yes, inbound rule and IP address
Yes.
and the source is 10.1.4
10.0.1. Yes.
and it's try and we allowing to IP address specific to this machine, which is web VM 10.0.0.4. Yeah, and
Yes.
what's that?
Uh, this will be remain same.
Okay,
And
so we leave
what we
that. So we change it to ICMP4, yeah?
yes.
So it will change here now. If we click, just leave it the priority to 316
Yes.
and click add. Yep. And if we go back to our terminal again, if we just try again, it should be able to ping. That's it. Yeah. So we explicitly allow this rule to ping onto our web VM. I hope this video is informative. So let's meet in our next lecture, uh, which is allows NSG
Subnet.
subnets. Yeah. Okay. See you in our break.